Any group, any group that has a liberty mind, any page that has a liberty mind, any website that has a liberty mind, then all they need to do is get a hold of me on Facebook, and my name is Roger Landry. I don't hide from anybody. Send me a personal message, and I will send them all the information they need. We'll give them an invitation into the network. We will take the owner of that forum as a representative into our admin group, and they can help us to shape and mold this network as it grows. Beautiful. This is not me, the people, Howard. I don't run it.
It's called We the People, like we are change. Exactly. We're kindred spirits, Roger.
So what I do is I take the owner of every forum in as a representative. This is a representative organization. Everybody who owns the forum that comes into the network comes into the core group, and we as that group decide how this network goes forward. So anybody who has a group, a page, I don't care if you've got 15 members or 5,000 members. If you have a group, a page, or a website, you PM me, you personal message me, and I'll invite you in personally and make you a representative for your forum in the group we use to control the entire network. This isn't a fly-by-night thing, and I'll tell you why I know we're succeeding. We came under attack the other day. We came under attack. Somebody tried to take the entire network down by crashing our internal group, our main group, We the People. And it was a security attack. And when I had 20,000 members, nothing like this happened. When I had 50,000 members, nothing like this happened. But now that we're well over 100,000 members, we have to have a security group in there to watch and check out everything that's offered to us and everything we do, because we're big enough and we're loud enough now to be in the crosshairs.
Yeah, you're raising eyebrows.
You're raising eyebrows. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Well, we're not stopping.
Oh, as a
matter of fact, we're going forward at twice the speed.
Full speed ahead, Roger, and we are behind you. And thank you so much for again broadcasting our shows and in that forum, going out there 3 times a week.
Do you have MP3s of your shows?
I'm sorry?
Do you burn an MP3 of each show?
YouTube?
I could. I mean, I know that I could get it from Truth. I'm sure. Yeah. I can get it.
Well,
absolutely.
The reason why is because not all of our members will always have a chance to listen to your shows. But what I have offered the other forums, and I'll offer you as well, is if you could give me, each time you have a show, PM me an MP3 or a copy of that show.
I can get you a copy. I don't know about an MP3.
Entire network.
Right. I don't know about. That's excellent. I will do that. I can definitely send you a full copy of it, a link copy.
That's what I'm talking about.
With video, actually, as well, you know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's no problem.
I will make sure that every time you have a show, the following day, everybody will have access to that across the network.
Excellent.
So that every time you have a show, they have 2 chances to see that show.
Great. Fantastic. That's great. Wonderful, Roger. I'm so thankful for that. And again, you know, we just got to all keep doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's listening that is awake and aware, get involved. Start your own groups. Get people together.
Yeah,
and join us. Join us in the struggle. Join us with We the People Network.
And like I said, Roger Landry, PM me. I will make sure that I will personally invite you into this network and make you a full-blown partner, because we need you to make this work. Without you, it doesn't work.
Absolutely. Absolutely true. Fantastic. Got some dead air there. Okay. Well, basically, I'm just amazed that you were able to accomplish so much in such a short time, but I guess truth is infectious, you know, and...
No, it's liberty. Liberty is very popular nowadays.
Liberty is popular, you know, and it is very popular.
What really amazes me, Howard, is that he is being snubbed by the mainstream media. You've got people out there spending, other campaigns spending tens of millions of dollars for ads, for everything, but yet the word is getting out about Ron Paul because individuals like you and me are talking about it. He's rampant on the internet. I mean, almost every other word on the internet is Ron Paul.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
We don't depend on the mainstream media. The mainstream media can go screw themselves.
Well, I actually like, sometimes I've been noticing a lot of, even on mainstream media, when they take open phone calls, to me it seems like the majority of people calling these shows are going for Ron Paul. They're calling up, I used to be a Democrat, or I voted for Obama, but now I'm going Ron Paul, and right away you'll see them cut them off, and okay, next caller. But,
well, if they don't cut them off, they try their hardest to make them look like a kook.
yes, yeah, I agree. But yeah, it's amazing with all that they're trying. You know, like 4 years ago, you know, with the whole, it's a lot different this time. With all that they're trying, like you said, it's all over the internet. The young kids are going crazy. Rappers, rock stars, rappers, everybody, black actors, everybody's coming out, it seems like to me.
Doesn't that really surprise you that so many, I mean, so much of this, Ron Paul's a racist and the other newsletters, all of that surfaced, and then you look and see all of these African-American patriots stepping up and saying, screw you, I'm going for Ron Paul. He ain't no damn racist. You need to shut your mouth. I have literally 100 videos of these patriotic African-Americans standing up and saying you're full of shit.
Yeah, it's great. I seen even Denzel Washington supporting Ron Paul.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, yeah, like you said, you know, they could try with the racism and this and that, but that's just for the brain dead. We already know that anybody who's awake, which doesn't matter what color we are or anything, everybody who's not asleep knows that Ron Paul's the real deal, founding father material, and the only one who's gonna do any type of real change will be from Ron Paul.
Our last best hope.
Yeah, you know, us in our group, We Are Change, we've already been talking, and you know, like I keep saying, it didn't even really get started yet. This is just like the warm-up. You know, this whole year is going to be crazy with the elections. We didn't see nothing yet, and there's going to be so much things going on. And, you know, I'm looking forward, and it's all or nothing, like you said. I'm looking at it. You know, not that it's over if he don't win, but it's really like all the eggs in the basket to me on this one. And this is like the last chance for at least Ron Paul to be president.
It's not over if he doesn't win.
Yeah.
But the character of the revolution will change. It will become much darker. It will become much angrier.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
If we're going to do this in a civil fashion, we need to get him elected.
Yeah.
That's where the threat comes in.
You know, Kennedy said something about that, Roger. He said that once you eliminate the possibility for social change through you know, the political process, the only thing that's left is violent revolution. And those are, I mean, I don't know the exact quote, but that's the meaning. JFK said that. Yes. What? What was that?
You're at least 95% correct.
Yeah,
there.
something about it was definitely along those lines, right? And it's very true, because that's why we, you know, you look at the globalists and you see the people that have died and been shot, and you look at their policies. You know, we forget about people like McKinley. You look at McKinley, like he was like what you would call he would be like a Ron Paul, to be honest, to the globalists, because he was a protectionist. He believed he didn't want to get in foreign entanglements. And they were ready to start, you know, this new world order. So he had to go.
Well, you know, you just hit the nail right on the head again. And let me ask you a question. Just give me your thoughts on this real quick. Why do you think Gaddafi was killed?
Oh, this is great. We did a whole show on this. Basically, 3 reasons to categorize it. One, he did not want to be paid in dollars for oil anymore. That's a big no-no.
Well, he wanted to start his own monetary system.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's number 1. Number 2, he wanted to, not only his own, he wanted to free Africa. He wanted to have a debt-free monetary system for Africa. So those 2 reasons, and the third reason is that he was ripe for the picking, because Al-Qaeda had you know, sort of like already, you know, this Al-Qaeda, I should say, had already been over the last several years, probably since we invaded Afghanistan and Iraq, have been really working on bringing up dissent in that area so that it was easy for them to get their quote-unquote paid for, well, aside from just the paid-for people. They had obviously a lot of paid-for militants, you know, to go there and stir up trouble. Then they
there wasn't really that much trouble. Most people out there...
Well, that's what I mean.
It's explain this on your show. Most people out there don't understand that if you went there prior to his death, that country enjoyed the highest standard of living in that part of the world. Their houses were subsidized by the government because the government had that much revenue. Their education was subsidized by the government. These people were happy. They had a better middle class than we have right now. There was not a lot of dissent in this country, but they had no Federal Reserve Bank. They had no ties to the big money in this country that's destroying this country in itself. So we had to take them down.
Exactly.
And what do you think is one of the first things that happened after we took Gaddafi down? Oh,
they put in a central bank.
Federal Reserve Bank now.
Yep. Yeah.
You absolutely hit it on the head there too, Roger. You hit that right on the head there too. And yes, you know, like I have the brainwashed sheeple and a couple of people that are still sleeping, and I'm trying to wake them up still. You know, saying, you know, like, you know, about him being a tyrant, but it's true that you get a free education, and guess what? If you can't find the education you want in Libya, they would pay for you to go abroad. They'd pay for you to go abroad. There was no electricity. Loans were debt free. Interest was yeah.
No interest loans.
And now they make him out to be this tyrant.
After we put him in too. We are the ones who put him in too.
And I have to tell you, we always put them into place.
Destruction in Iraq.
We always put him into place first and then take him down. We knock him down. We give him some time. 40 years for Gaddafi, he had enough there. And then we did the same thing with Iran. We did it with Iran in 53.
The biggest supporter of the tyrant of Iraq.
Yes.
Who do you think supported this guy? Who do you think? He got billions of dollars from this country.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, he had weapons of mass destruction. All of a sudden, we had to storm into Iraq and kill him. All of a sudden, we had to, well, let me ask you a question. Wasn't he bought and paid for by the United States?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They set him up the first time in '91 when they told him to go into Kuwait, and then they attacked him for doing it.
It's just repeating itself over and over, and now it's Iran. Iran is going to have a nuke. Iran is going to attack Israel with a nuclear bomb. Iran is so damn far away from... Their uranium enrichment program has only reached 20% at this point, and that is barely enough to fire up a decent reactor.
Yep.
Okay, if you take the requirements to produce a nuclear bomb, you're talking about enriching uranium to at least 90%. They're nowhere near that capability.
No way.
They're years away from that capability.
But you know, it's very funny. Listen, yesterday on the in the midsection of the show, I always put out. Well, we're not going to have a break this show because this is just awesome. But normally we have a show midpoint, a break. And I put it together.
If you want to, go ahead.
Oh, no, we're fine. This is good. We're rocking here. No, but my point was I put together a little film for that break that I put on. It's up on the live stream, and it'll be, you know, from the show. Yeah. And it actually shows the exact, what you're just saying, what they're doing now is exactly the same thing they did. And it's so funny. I put it together with a lot of cuts of Cheney, Rumsfeld, and all the other criminals, saying, you know, there are definitely and Colin Powell, there are definitely weapons of mass destruction, and then saying, Cheney said, I never said that, and then you hear, they go right to the clip of him saying exactly what he said he never said. So it's really pretty cool, and it's the same thing, they're playing the same rule book, the same game book.
Well, we have demonized communism in this world like you would not believe, and justifiably so. Okay? We have said that it is a system that was doomed to failure from the very beginning, and justifiably so. And at the end of the Soviet Union, just before it broke down and crashed in upon itself, it took a bushel basket of rubles to go into a store. That was basically the dollar bill, a ruble. It took a bushel basket of rubles to go in and buy a loaf of bread. Guess what? Guess how many dollars it's going to take you to buy a loaf of bread as soon as hyperinflation hits and the Fed stops holding it down artificially? It's going to take you a bushel basket of frickin' dollar bills to buy a loaf of bread